welcome all of you. This is a very exciting evening we have here tonight. We have a number of young people in our community who have been nominated for the very first Hayward Youth Hall of Fame, and we are really excited to be hearing about them tonight. But meanwhile, we are going to go ahead and we are honored tonight to have our Hayward Fire Department Honor Guard here to start us off with our, with our honoring of our country. And so I will ask if they will please now come forward and do that. And please, yes, please rise.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Present! Arms! I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brigade! Front! Who's?
Thank you, everyone. And now, and I think you may be seated, but we have tonight a very special rendering of the Star-Spangled Banner by one of our honorees this evening, Miss Alessandra Eiras. And Alessandra, do you want to come forward? And I'm told there was a handheld microphone. Where is it?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Alessandra. As you can see, we have some very special young people in this community. So, tonight, my council colleagues and I have the great pleasure of honoring the winners in 7 categories. Let me tell you a little bit about how this came about. I want to give a great deal of credit to my fellow council member, Francisco Zermeño, hi Francisco, who we were at an event, he and I and some other people, about more than a year ago now, honoring an Eagle Scout, someone who had just earned their Eagle Scout designation, and we were talking about how we really need some way to honor all of the young people in our community that, that achieve these, have outstanding achievements like this. And it was, I believe, Councilmember Zermeño who uttered the words, yes, we should have something like a Hayward Youth Hall of Fame. So the Youth Hall of Fame is now been created, and we are inducting the first 7 members tonight. This has played out a little bit differently than we might have thought at the time we first talked about it. But what happened, we formed a committee of the council, 3 members of the council, myself, Councilmember Zermeño, and Councilmember Mark Salinas, and with the great assistance of our library staff, Library Director Sean Reinhardt, and Educational Services Director, or I might be, anyway, Educational Services Director Lindsay Vian. We have been working on how this would play out, and we thought, we would call for nominations, and we received, I believe, over 100 different nominations, some for the same candidate, but in most cases they were different. So we received a lot of nominations, a lot of stories about young people in this community and things they have done to distinguish themselves. And let me tell you, it's probably one of the most difficult things any of us have done on this council, to choose the winners, or the people we would designate. We have designated 7 categories. They are leadership, innovation, arts, academics, athletics, heroism, and community service. Not necessarily in that order, and I'm going to have to get my copy of my my full list there. But anyway, so we chose a story from each category. But I think one of the things that struck me as a common thread through all the nominations was that, yes, thank you, I forgot to bring that down, is that many of these young people are outstanding in a number of those fields. They probably each of the ones that we are actually going to be honoring tonight could have easily qualified in 2 or 3 of the different categories that we have here. So we hope that you enjoy the stories, and we certainly appreciate the efforts of all of the parents, teachers, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, principals, and friends who took the time to write these stories to us and to nominate these young people. I thank you all for that, and so here we go with the very first City of Hayward Youth Hall of Fame presentations. And so with that, I am going to call Councilmember Salinas up to do the first one.
I think I can just read right up there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good evening. I was just, I'm always amazed at the kind of crowd that students bring to City Hall. And if you just kind of, for all the students, take a look around the room. You have the top brass of the fire department here. You have the top brass of the police department here. You have all of the senior city staff here, and they're all here for you guys. So let's give you guys another great big round of applause. It is my honor and it's my privilege to introduce our first nominee, or our first award winner, Mandeep Ladhar. And Mandeep was nominated by a teacher from Mount Eden High School, from a different high school. And so that's how many people she touches in the community. So let me read here, and there's the glare of the light. See if I can. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Okay, so I nominate Mandeep Ladhar for this award for many reasons. As an incoming senior, Mandeep currently holds a 4.45 GPA. Yes, absolutely. That was higher than my GPA. Besides academically excelling, Mandeep is a dedicated leader to her Tennyson community. Besides being the Associated Student Body Vice President, Mandeep is also the founder and president of the Pre-Med Club at Tennyson High School. As an officer, she organized both a field trip to UCSF camp and a school drive by collecting money for leukemia and lymphoma research. Mandeep is also the public affairs office of the Students in Action Club, SIA. SIA is a branch of the Jefferson Awards. In SIA, Mandeep organized and prepared hygiene products, survivor packs for female survivors of domestic abuse. In August, she plans to organize a school supplies drive. Mandeep is also a student ambassador of Tennyson High School. The HUSD Student Ambassador Program is a leadership opportunity for students who are dedicated to serving and representing Hayward Unified School District and the City of Hayward. Mandeep's projects as student ambassador was creating the Youth Civic Engagement Award. Based on information she gathered from Tennyson students, she felt students who have accumulated a plethora of community service hours should be recognized and rewarded. As a result, 10 seniors were recognized at Tennyson High School Senior Awards Night for their volunteerism. Accumulation of hours ranged from 110 to almost 1,000 community service hours. Because of her dedication in academics and leadership, I recommend the committee to award Mandeep Ladhar for outstanding achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mandeep Ladhar.
I just realized I was so excited about all this tonight that we forgot to go through the roll call and the closed session announcement. So any of you who are interested in hearing those things, you can wait till after we finish this. But in the meantime, we will move on, and I will call down our next presenter, who is Councilmember Sarah Lamnan.
Thank you, Mayor. For the record, I'm here.
Yes, okay.
But we'll do the roll call later, sorry. Anyway, I have the privilege of introducing Eileen Syrop. So where is she? She's here. I know. I met her. There she is, right in front of me. Come on up. You're gonna do this with me. Stand with me. Stand right here. I want you to get to know Eileen. She's pretty amazing. Her brother nominated her. And that's great. Very cool. And so Eileen has been working for years to build up our community. And her brother says, it's hard to know where to begin. She was elected class president for freshman and sophomore year. She brings together students and makes them proud to be from Hayward. Thank you for that. As a junior and senior, she founded the organization of Bay Creatives, a monthly meetup hosted at different venues throughout the Bay Area where youth come out in droves. They The anniversary event for Bay Creatives featured 8 hours of live music and had a peak attendance of 400 people. As a musician, Eileen has multiple released singles and also garnered over 1,000 plays on Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud. She's hosted and performed shows as far north as Vallejo and as far south as Los Angeles. Next up in Hayward, right? Excellent. Excellent. She studied for 2 summers and in San Francisco and has a self-published magazine which showcases and celebrates women, people of color, and queer artists. She's run track as well and earned her black belt in karate and she's medaled nationally. She's also an active athlete. And he says, somehow my sister has managed to accomplish all of the above while balancing a part-time job and full course loads of AP classes. And she's headed to UC Berkeley in the fall and studying cognitive science and sociology. She has no idea I'm submitting her story, so don't tell her. But I'm just an incredibly proud brother, he says, and believes in her endeavors and strengthening what it means to come from Hayward. In addition to all her accomplishments, Eileen is an incredibly empathetic and kind human being, and I genuinely believe, he says, that Hayward, the Bay Area, and the world would be lost without her. So join me in congratulating Eileen.
Lisa, you next. Okay, because Barbara told you.
Okay. We'll now call Councilmember Zermano.
Completely honored to introduce to you Shyh Lynn Saenz, please. I've known her parents for a long time, and they actually nominated her because she is truly a deserving student athlete who's also bilingual. I was born in Mexico. I was born with a soccer ball. She was born in the U.S. with a soccer ball. So, you know, it's just the way it goes. All right. So, so she's been nominated for Academic and Athletic Student Council Youth Achievement this award because she distinguishes herself in both realms, athletics and academics. She truly lives and is the definition of a student, a scholar athlete. As a standout soccer player, Shyh has played at the highest level of youth soccer internationally. She was the only U.S.-born soccer player in the Mexican national team. So let that dig in. That is tremendous. Yeah. So she represented the U.S. in Mexico, and she represented Hayward in Mexico. You can't beat that. So, absolutely not. I don't think they won the championship, but I think she did very well anyway. So, she played under 15 CONCACAF championship at the International Championship Tournament of 24 nations of Northern and Central American Caribbean. Oh, by the way, she's a goalie. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know she's fast. All right, this year as a sophomore, Manin, right? Yes. Yeah. As a sophomore, they played varsity soccer in her first team All-League for the Western Alameda Conference, as well as the Newcomer of the Year award. Currently, Shyh plays for the 5th-ranked soccer team in California, the Pleasanton Rage, in the Elite Clubs National League, which is the highest level women's soccer league in the USA. She hasn't told me this, but I'm sure that one of her objectives is another gold medal for the women's soccer team in the USA in the World Championship, right? And that's coming in 2022, 2020? 2020. All right. So we're going to have a champion in the city of Hayward. Is that great? Huh? So there's this commitment. There's commitment to both athletics and academics. It's evident by her daily schedule. Hear this out, okay? Starting it with a 0 period at 7 a.m. and a course, 7 academic courses, followed by soccer practice, which is a religion if you ever played soccer, okay? Which typically ends at 9:30 p.m. All right, 4 to 5 days a week. Despite this rigorous schedule, Shyh has to challenge herself with an advanced honors course. Her GPA is 4.2 and has already taken community college courses at the best community college in California, Chabot College. All right. Shyh continues to challenge herself academically as one of the founders of the speech and debate and competing in tournaments, where we actually gave her an award 2 years ago as an oratory for the oratorical contest over at HUSD. Shyh's goal is to play, of course, Division I soccer in the East Coast and bring a championship trophy to the city of Hayward that will sit here to celebrate. So, Shyh Lynn Saenz for you all. Thank you. Pride. Hayward Pride.
There you go. Congratulations.
Parents, please. Sergio and Elsa. And the little one. Thank you. We haven't thanked the parents yet. Did we thank the parents?
Well, I thank them for their nominations, but yeah, thank them, all of the parents everywhere. You can always thank the parents. Yeah. And now we'll hear from Councilmember Elisa Marquez.
You're good. Thank you, Mayor. Welcome, everyone, to City Hall. It's amazing to see all of you here tonight. You're more than welcome to come back. We won't be here next Tuesday, but you could join us on the 28th. I have the honor to introduce Andrew Quee. So, Andrew, would you care to please come up and stand next to me so everyone can see all the wonderful work you've done and acknowledge your hard effort? Andrew Quee was nominated by his mother, Vivian. Mrs. Munn states, Andrew has fundraised every year for the last 7 years for the Hayward Animal Shelter. That's very impressive, 7 consistent years. It started when he was 6 years old. A visit to the Hayward Animal Shelter during the holidays made Andrew sad as he wondered how he could help the homeless animals. Being 6, he was too young to volunteer. I think we've got a little theme going on here. You'll see why later. So Andrew thought he could help raise money for the shelter animals by doing the only thing he felt he could do well. I'm sure you could do many things though well. He loves to play the violin. Since then, it has been an annual tradition in his family where Andrew plays his violin to fundraise every holiday season. On many holiday weekends, Andrew chose to play the violin to raise funds when he could be out doing the holiday activities, possibly sleeping in. And he has played at the Hayward Farmers Market all over San Francisco, from Union Square to Chrissy Fields and in downtown Walnut Creek. Andrew's music has progressed from simple tunes to classical minuets and longer complex pieces. Even though there were so many people who gave generously to support Andrew's cause, it was challenging at times when he got rude stares and nasty comments as cash piled up in his violin case during performances. Performing in public was not easy. Andrew has a very shy temperament, so it was a little bit uncomfortable being out there and having people question the reason why he was doing that. But despite the challenges, he believes in the cause and is happy to have made a difference in the lives of homeless pets at the Hayward Animal Shelter. Over the years, Andrew has received thank you notes from previous Hayward Chief of Police, Diane Urban, and the Friends of the Hayward Animal Shelter. Thank you to the police department and many friends from the animal shelter being here tonight. And since then, he was featured in the animal shelter's news newsletter, All for Love, Winter 2014 edition, and he's raised over $1,600. So let's give a huge round of applause to Andrew. And great work. I just want to share with Andrew, on behalf of myself, the mayor, and the council, we're very, very proud of you, and please keep up the good work and keep on doing things for animals and other people. We really appreciate you showing that leadership in that area. So thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And next up is Councilmember Marvin Peixoto.
The next recipient is receiving this award for heroism. And I'll tell you, Desmond Vinson, who is the recipient, has a very compelling story as told by his mother, and I just met her this evening. And if you don't get inspired by this, then you're just not able to be inspired by this. So this is written by his mother, and I'll start. Desmond has had many obstacles in life growing up with special needs. However, he never let that break his confidence or enthusiasm to do the things he liked in life. He has been in Hayward Unified School District his entire life and has made leaps and bounds of growth. Educators and doctors stated there would be things that he would not be able to overcome or do in life, but he has proven so many people wrong. He has inspired his mainstream peers in school by always attending events and activities most special needs students would not have the courage to do, like participate in football at Ochoa Middle School, participate in talent shows, be in a video at Tennyson High School created by other high school students in which he was the main star. He attended all dances at his school. He donated his time to the community by helping pack food boxes for the holidays. He was the first special needs youth to participate in the college-bound program here in Hayward. He also has been very active each year with the Special Olympics, being a player on the Hayward Hurricanes. He is also attending college at Chabot, while also being a student at the Hayward Adult School. I could not be more proud of my son. He graduated from Tennyson High School with honors and was a model student. He is so well liked among his peers and in the community that wherever we go, someone recognizes him. Youth and adults always make it a point to say hello. He has never let his disability stop him from wanting more in life. He is very independent and has always wanted to go to college. His ultimate desire is to have a job one day and live on his own and get married. He's such a great example of what is possible no matter what obstacles you live with. Believe and don't see yourself as anything different from others because you matter too. As a parent, he has always taught me, meaning the mother, to push the envelope for him. He has always been a gentleman and kind-hearted with others, and I believe he deserves recognition of his courage. He has paved the road by participating or enrolling in after-school programs at Matt Jimenez and events that were not designed for special need youth and are now those areas created more opportunities because of him. He should be honored for his courage to have this confidence no matter how other kids treated him. And that was written by Desmond's mother. Desmond, would you please come up? And so now you see why I didn't call him up first. I feel like Jose Altuve standing next to KD, you know. So, Mayor
Desmond, here's her trophy. And you want to come and we're going to have our
take a
picture
picture.
taken? Next one is my turn, and I am presenting the award for innovation, and that goes to Ashley Sinn. And Ashley was nominated by her mom, and I think some others as well. And she also has an amazing story. So her mom states that it started with a trip to the grocery store. She said, "I want to sell hot chocolate to buy food and presents for homeless people. Daddy bought the ingredients." Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. She could probably tell this story better than me, but I'm going to try to tell it. So her father bought the ingredients for hot chocolate. That was in November of 2015 when she was 6 years old. The first year, Ashley sold $264 worth of hot chocolate and assembled 18 care packages with toiletries and snacks held together with the ribbons. We took her to a church event serving holiday dinner for the homeless, and she passed out her packages with a cheerful Merry Christmas. Imagine receiving a nice Christmas gift from her. I think that would warm anyone's heart. The following March, Ashley asked her friends to bring pet food, toys, and cleaning supplies to her 7th birthday party instead of presents for her. What 7-year-old would, reject presents and ask for things for others? But Ashley did that. We took her to the Hayward Animal Shelter to deliver her birthday donations, where she was rewarded with a letter from the Hayward Police Chief commending her giving heart. Now, I have to say, that story doesn't end there. I have had the privilege of seeing her in action recently at the South Hayward Parish that was holding an event to rename the garden they have there in honor of Betty DeForest, a wonderful lady in our community who passed away last year, earlier this year actually, and who was very instrumental in helping people through the South Hayward Parish, particularly homeless people. And they have been the beneficiary of some of Ashley's fundraising. And so at this event, Ashley, not only did I see her in action marshaling her her friends, her 8-year-old, she's 8 now, 8-year-old friends, right, you're 8. Yeah, to help with the actual planting in the garden and things like that. But she gave a speech at the event. This is a very hard thing for most adults to do, and she gave a very good speech. And you might wonder, Ashley could have received the award for leadership or community service, certainly, for these actions. Why innovation? Well, this is what I heard from Ashley. I mean, Ashley is not only a very giving person, she is standing up for her rights. Apparently, she had been told that as a 6-year-old, she was too young to volunteer, and she did not think that was fair. And so she decided to challenge that and change it and to show the people of this community and the world that, under 12-year-olds could contribute, and she has done that. She has set an example for her generation. I think we're going to see great things to come from this young lady. And so, Ashley, congratulations. Council Member Al Mendel will present our final honoree for leadership.
Thank you, Mayor. So it is my pleasure to honor the first annual Youth Achievement Hall of Fame winner for leadership, Alessandra Eiras. Please come join me. Had some wonderful winners tonight, but I have to admit I'm a little biased because Alessandra lives right across the street from me, and so I've got to watch her grow up over the years. So, Alessandra Kiana Eiras is a very empathetic and passionate young lady who marches to the beat of her own drum and truly stands out from the rest. She loves to help sick and abandoned animals. Yes, I can tell from the cats on your front porch. And you've donated your time to homeless shelters and as an advocate against bullying. She's also a great academic achiever. Every year since second grade, you've been on the honor roll. Up until now, it's a seventh year in seventh grade now. So that's, 5 years already? Very good. I'm impressed. And you also received a number of awards. Your mom did a great job writing this up for me. So she received the American Citizenship Award from the city of Hayward earlier this year. You've also received the Latinas Award for great academic success and the Principals Award from Treeview Elementary School. You've been on the color guard for 3 years, and as we all got to enjoy earlier, she is an incredibly talented singer, and I want to give her a round of applause again just for that. That was very impressive. I want to hear you singing as I walk by your house now. So you're full of praise from your teachers, and I won't give it all, but Maria Rangel, your YEP teacher, I think said it well. She said that Alessandra is the whole package, smart, talented, and beautiful, and I would add generous to that as well. Through all of this, you've managed to stay humble and down to earth, and your empathy and love for others is truly golden. And you're also very courageous. I understand you had an incident recently with bullying, but you stood up to that bully in a productive way and got mediation and resolved the conflict. And even more importantly, has used that experience to help teach other students about the importance of not bullying and standing up to bullies. And so I think that is probably the biggest thing that's got you the leadership award tonight, because that is a very big deal and a great challenge for many students in school. And it took a lot of courage to stand up, and I'm proud of you for that. And though we wouldn't know it from her performance earlier tonight, Alessandra has suffered from asthma since birth, but she clearly does not let that slow her down. So please join me in congratulating Alessandra Eiras for the first annual Leadership Award. Is it not taking? We'll send you. All right.
Well, let's give all of them one more big round of applause. Yes.
Can you do a photo?
We're going to do that. It's going downstairs. So I want to thank you all for being here. And now, as I said, we had a lot of nominations. these are 7 remarkable young people that we have honored here, but they are not alone in being outstanding members of our youth community here in Hayward. We really have some special kids, and as I said, it was really tough choosing these first 7 honorees, but we had so many others that we would have loved to tell their stories to, and who were honored by people, and a number of them are here tonight. So I would like to now ask all of them to please come up here, and we'll have a photo. I think we will probably ask. We'll get a photo with the honorable mention. So all of the others who were invited here tonight to be part of this, would you please come forward now? I think we're putting all of their names on the up there.
Sure.
Francisco.
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 The kids all knew where to go.
And let's have the 7 honorees come forward too, and we'll get a photo.
Here, man. I didn't mean to take your spot.
It's okay.
So this concludes the first presentation of the newly established Hayward Youth Hall of Fame. Look forward to more honorees next year. And again, I want to thank all the council members for participating, and especially Council Members Zerminio and Salinas for being part of the committee, and Mr. Reinhardt and Ms. Vian for their great assistance. We thank you all for coming. Again, thank you all the people who nominated these fine young people. So you may now all adjourn to the rotunda, where we have some desserts for you down there. While unfortunately we cannot join you up here, we have to go back to our regular, much less exciting business of the evening with our roll call. So.